Hey guys, I am back for my second process video. I'm still working on some scrapbooking some photos for my Disney album. Still working with the Chamel kit. I've gotten a few other layouts done that I did not do videos for, but thought I would do a video for this particular layout. So here I have 3 photos. They're all 4x6 horizontal, and I knew from the colors in the photos, the water and the light reflection on the water, that I wanted to go with the pinks, blues, and golds. And so I right now I'm just kind of looking for those colors, and that initial camera paper I was going to do, but then I realized I wouldn't be able to see that they were cameras because it's going to be a very thin matte. And so I went ahead and found this lighter, paler pink color, which still really pulls out the pink tones that are reflected in the water. And so I go ahead and decide to use that and cut it down so it can make a thin matte for the 3 photos. They're just going to be stacked on top of one another vertically. So I get that cut and I'm getting these adhered down. The background paper is just the map paper that's in Chamel's paper pad, and we're on vacation, so I thought that worked really well, and that greenish blue color again brought out the blue in the water. And even though it's more of a green tone, it has some more of the teal-y kind of tones in those throughout the paper. So, and I wanted to use also this little scrap of gold paper that I had left over, I think from the Maggie Holmes kit. I had added this to the kit. I may have added it in after I did the video. I'm not positive. I think I found it in my scrap bin and thought, hey, I'll just put this with my kit that I'm working with now. And that gold I thought would be great for pulling out those the gold and the lights that are reflected in the water. And plus I have a lot of gold elements in this line yet that need to get used up. So here I'm just adhering the strip and getting it glued down. And when I glued that final layer, I'm always really careful about just putting adhesive in the middle initially so that I can tuck in things. And so I knew I wanted this to be my title. I had added these in from the Maggie Holmes. I had added those into this kit to try to get them used up because I had a lot left over. I ended up with 2 packages of those, so I had a lot to use. And now I'm just kind of looking at the different embellishments on my desk. Again, I'm working with a kit, so I limit myself to what I have on my desk. And, I could search all over my room for the perfect thing, but I just make my kit work for me. Not that I don't add something in every once in a while, but I really try to just stick with what's on my desk in the kit. So here I'm just pulling some different die cuts. These are what I consider my larger layer that I'm going to start with, and then I work my way down to the smaller bits and pieces. So I'm just trying to find some layering, die cut and journaling cards and title cards that I could kind of layer. I wanted to kind of layer off to the bottom left of the layout, and I wasn't for sure what colors I was going to go with. I wanted to pull in some of those pinks and peaches, again, because of the colors in the photos. But I didn't know if I wanted to add in at this point, any other colors. And I do end up kind of doing a combination of yellow and pinks, and I bring in another blue and that peach, because that peach is the color of that thin matte. So I also really wanted to use this little, I don't know if I've showed it yet, because unfortunately I love this program that I'm using, but when you're doing voiceover, like, this box is right in the middle of the screen and I don't know how to move it. I've tried to slide it and it doesn't work. So I can only see a partial of what I'm doing. So if I haven't showed you yet, I apologize, but or if I'm too late. But there was a ticket I showed. It's of a woman in a hat and she's on a beach, and they were from that Fancy Pants ticket roll that I added to this kit, and I wanted to get a couple of those particular ones used up because I don't have a lot of swimming pictures, and so I ended up using 2 on this layout, which is perfect. So I mean, we weren't like outside on a beach, but it goes along with that swimming theme, relaxing theme. This is just one of the evenings that we were just hanging out. swimming. It was like the one night that we stayed at the hotel and just had a good old time. So here I'm just doing some more layering of some different cards and die cuts. I decided to also do some layering on that top right just to kind of balance that out a little bit. And I'm always kind of paying mind to that I have the mix of colors in both sets of embellishments. So I'm trying to pull in that darker blue that I pulled in, as well as that pink, and I put one of the tickets over there as well. And then I just keep working with the layers, keep trying to balance them out and make them feel as though they're cohesive and working together. I'm just tucking away, trying to get how I want this compilation to work. I'm just kind of adjusting that a little bit. So then I decided I want some of that yellow on the right side. So I had these feathers that I had pulled. I think they're, I'm not for sure. I want to say Old Studio Calico, but I don't think that's right. I think maybe they're Kelly Purkey. But I had pulled them in from my stash into this kit. And so I decided that if I'm going to add a feather on one side, I should add a feather on the other side. So here I'm just digging through. I have a big old pile on my desk of all the littler embellishments. And I'm just trying to figure out what color feather I want on that left side. And I end up going with a ombre peach tone, which is perfect because I didn't really have any peach elsewhere with exception of the photo mat. So that's what I end up going with. And I just like the shape that brings. It brings a rounded shape to the layering cluster there, which I like. So here we go. I finally found the one that I thought was going to work, and then I have to just figure out how I want to fit it in there. All right, so now I'm just trying to figure out if I'm ready to glue down, and here I decide that I am. So I start gluing things down, and this feather gives me some trouble. This whole section gives me trouble here for a little bit, so I apologize. I try to get it to where I wanted it initially, and everything moved on me, so I'm trying to get it back to how I liked it there. These are some photos that my husband took. I was in the water playing with the kids, and I appreciate that he took these photos. You can never speak enough for making sure that you hand the camera off every once in a while, because I'm in a lot of photos for Disney just because we had a lot of the photographer, they have the photographers everywhere. So I did get in a lot of pictures, which is nice. But for like my snapshots, they're of course mostly of the kids and my husband. And so this is one of those moments. I kind of gave the camera to my husband and said, hey, can you just, take some pictures for the evening? And so he took these for me of me playing with the kids in the pool, and I appreciate that. So sorry if you see my head. I don't have a contraption that goes above my desk. It's like it goes to the side of my desk and then it goes over. So I kind of have to work around it when I'm scrapbooking. And someday I'll have something I can hang from the ceiling or something, but right now I just don't have that. So I have to work kind of around this contraption I have, and I'm sorry you're seeing my head there a little bit. So here I'm getting everything glued down, and now I think I'm ready for, I got the title down there. Now I'm ready for, I feel like my base layers are done. Now I'm trying to figure out what other embellishments I want to add, if I want stickers or more, I forgot that ticket there. If I want some stickers or if I want any wood veneers or littler bits and pieces. And so I just kind of start going through stuff and seeing if anything fits this layout. I had a hard time. I'm having a hard time with this sticker book because some of the phrases are just a little tricky. And so I need to just use them for layering, which I can totally do. but I didn't see any of those that worked. And I decided, I this gold die cut, vellum die cut from Maggie Holmes, and decided that it'd be good to get another little gold piece there because the blue ticket on the top right has like gold foil on it. And so I thought that that would kind of add a little bit more to that cluster. And let's see, just trying to figure out if any of these stickers or embellishments are going to work. And the rub-ons, I figured wouldn't show up. The background paper is too dark. And so I just decided to go with some enamel dots that I just pulled in from my stash. And I have these pink ones and yellow ones. And then eventually here I'll add in some gold ones too. But I come across those here in a little bit. And so I'm just trying to get those. And anyone who's seen my layouts knows I like to kind of do the diagonal thing, like work my embellishments from corner to corner. It's just something I like doing right now, and it may just be a phase, but that's what I end up kind of doing with this layout. While the pictures are vertical, my embellishment cluster goes from the bottom left to the top right. And so these enamel dots just kind of help complete that. There's like some close-ups of the clusters so far. And I decided to sit down and journal. And this particular card is, I think it's from, I think it's Jamel, but it has seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, feeling. So I filled in everything. And then the tasting, I decide, we're swimming. I mean, granted, how many times do you get that water in your mouth? But I didn't want to go there. So I then decided to put an arrow over that and cover that up. And so that the arrow then is pointing to the title, which ended up working out really good. But I put seeing, me and the kiddos playing in the pool, hearing, squeals of laughter, smelling, chlorine, feeling happy. So really basic. It doesn't need a lot of journaling. This will actually go next to a divided page protector that will have 6 4x6 photos of the pool area. So like this was a resort, so it had a really cool, and it was at night, so there were hardly any people there, but and the slide was actually closed down, but it had this really big dragon, and this was really cool. So I didn't want to scrapbook those all separately, so this will go right next to that page protector that will have 6 photos of the pool area, so they will all go together. So yep, I decided that I wanted to put a enamel dot and the little hole of the arrow, so I found those gold glitter and then decided to add a couple more gold glitter ones to my to where I have my enamel dots scattered. And that is pretty much going to top off this layout. And so there it is, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Happy scrapping. Bye-bye.